We are spending 3 days in one of the largest caves in the world, and this is our first time caving. Welcome to the largest cave in the Philippines. Day 1 involved a lot of hiking bikes to get your snake's birthdays climbing. You can watch that in the previous video. But on day 2, things took a bad turn as Jared got really ill. We were very far from civilization, and the only way out was through.
I mean, it was probably an hour of hiking and 2 hours of mountain climbing.
Day 2 started off great. The guys prepared some delicious breakfast and coffee. We all chilled together before breaking up camp and starting the climb for the day. Sound is missing in all clips recorded by GoPro because it is super unreliable and just stopped recording sound. The hike started off with climbing some pretty intense underground mountains. Also, the cave master Johnny and his team are amazing. They were scared I was gonna fall, so there was always a guy in front and behind me to catch me for in case. You can watch his video that he made of the trip linked here, and his details are in the description if you'd also want to do this adventure. Then the real fun started. We harnessed up and rappelled down some very steep and high underground mountains. Also, except for your light, it is complete darkness, so you can't really see where you are going and what is happening. It is pretty terrifying.
Oh, she's sliding down.
I don't know. Well, everybody doesn't just ski down like this. Whee!
Ilka prefers the bum technique. She uses the bum down all of the rocks.
We just climbed down the stalagmites. I'm a survivor. I'm gonna get it. I was petrified. I didn't ever live without you. My legs were short, so like you say step there and I'm holding onto a little thing, so I can't reach the step. But they're so good. I mean, they literally lead you. If you fall, they will catch you and the rope will catch you in. But Langdon was stressing.
He was worried about her.
He was so
That's
worried.
London.
They're also sweet. Langdon's going home now, and tomorrow he's coming down all this way to bring us breakfast.
Yes. Come on.
And he's gonna come down this thing with food. Well, all these guys come down with bags and stuff.
They'll come down with bags. All our bags. Good. We made it. Congratulations.
Woo!
This is where the forest of stalagmite, and then there's a giant chandelier.
Going in there. That's theatre chamber.
This was the worst part of all 3 days for me. This is bat poop, which is hundreds of years old. It smells horrible and there are bugs crawling in it. You have to walk through it for a good 400 meters and the bugs try and crawl up your legs and your shoes get stuck in it, and it was just horrible. And then we saw light for the first time in 48 hours. We set up camp for the night and had dinner and a rest before we will go very deep into the underground world of this cave tonight. There were literally snakes crawling around our campsite during the night.
Look, Jimmy's cuddling with him tonight. Jimmy cuddle.
Sure, it's so big. God, it's moving.
Keep it up one more minute. Keep it up, you're so great. Standing, talking, you got me checkmate. No one's watching or nothing. I have cleared out the room, also that you can get to be.
There are thousands of bats living inside this cave, and at night when it gets dark they all leave to go hunt for the night. It was insane to see. Thousands of bats for almost 15 minutes circling and circling, making their way out of this cave.
Every little inch of my skin, baby, I will let you in.
At this stage, Jared was starting to feel quite sick, but this would be one of the coolest parts. The holes that you have to crawl through here are incredibly tight, and this is where your mind starts playing tricks on you like, what if there's an earthquake and the hole collapses? There is no other way out, by the way. Also, these holes are filled with snakes. First you go down into a hole and then you crawl through a very narrow passage to get to this huge chamber. This is quite scary as you can get stuck and water can fill up your only way out. But when you make it through, you discover the incredible underworld. There's animals that's lived down here for thousands of years and evolved to live in complete darkness. There's blind fish and crabs that are white and almost see-through from never having been exposed to light for thousands of years. And pools like you'll find in Pamukkale.
you can't see, but you can see the water. Yeah, fishy, blind fish.
With a bad fever, and there's nothing better than a matlapi to take a fever down. We just don't have a lot of water. I feel like a nurse up in Africa. But the sounds are insane, so listen to that.
Morning came and Jared was still pretty sick, but we managed to break his fever. We once again had a delicious breakfast, breaked up camp and headed for a hike we were not expecting. After 3 days in a cave, you are pretty exhausted and dirty.
My shoes are so wet. It's like puddles of water walking. It's pretty crazy.
But one of the hardest parts was still ahead.
We have to climb this mountain up, and then another 2-hour hike. Okay.
Hiking with people.
We are hiking through the forest. Literally a jungle. It is crazy. It's humid, so you sweat a lot. It's climbing. He walks with a machete to get the point of an ivy away. Machete and flops. This is the easy part, where you just walk through jungle.
Never been this wet in my life. Everything's wet. Shoes wet, and so indoors wet. Life is wet.
This is it. Literally walk through the forest. You can't see what's next to you, underneath you. I mean, it was probably an hour of hiking and 2 hours of mountain climbing.
I wouldn't call it a house, more like a hut.
We made it out of the forest. It's a lot of this. You're swimming through the forest. Town, village. Here's some ice.
You get to swim in that. Even though there's some junk there, at least there's fresh spring water coming out of there.
Water.
Never in our lives have we been this excited to swim in cool water and get clean. This is also where the locals come to bath and wash their bikes. Do you like animals? Well, for every new subscriber to this channel, we feed or donate a meal for a stray animal somewhere in the world, and there are so many animals in desperate need of help. You can also visit the link in the description to donate more meals for only the price of a takeaway coffee. We saw our mute friend again and he showed us pictures he took of us a few days ago. The 3-hour very hot hike and climb did not do Jared well and his fever was back in full swing. He was feeling really sick and surviving on ice packs.
So we should just never take leave, because whenever we take leave we get sick. Like in Georgia when we took leave for December, we were sick, also on top of a mountain in the weirdest places. Now we're here in the Philippines. Jared's sick.
Jared got really sick over the next few days and it was quite scary as we still don't know what it was. So we ended up staying in Rappaling in the Fortune Hotel for the week, seeing the doctor and trying to rest up.
But honestly, there's not many other places.
In the next video, we head to Boracay Island in the Philippines to experience real island life and remote working. Thank you for watching. Please remember to subscribe, and you can find links for visas, travel insurance and music in the description, which also really helps the channel. Thank you.